In his lead debate, the Ondo State Senator explained that investment on bitumen is of immense benefits to Nigeria, being a $147 billion industry. Senator Ibrahim, however, noted that the only way for Nigeria to benefit from it is to establish a commission to become one of 5 countries in the world who currently explore bitumen. According to the lawmaker, the product can help address the nation's economic as well as dwindling price of crude globally.
For regulatory framework is very, very important. The need to diversify the economy by instrumentality of law, not by directive, not by executive order, but by law. Even if we are to borrow money to develop bitumen today, there is no legal framework. So nobody can borrow us money when there is no any law. Even if we are to develop it and bring international skill, there is no law. We don't have any law. There is nothing can develop without law. And that is why this chamber is set up. This is why we are here by constitutional commandment to ensure that we do the needful, to ensure that we participate, Mr. Senate President, for 110 billion bitumen market in the world. How can we as a nation be having second largest depositor of bitumen?
Contributing to the debate, some lawmakers stressed the need for the diversification of the nation's economy, stating that the country is well endowed in bitumen, which required robust legislation that would turn the sector to the advantage of Nigeria.
The bill is all about drawing attention to an important area that has been neglected, an area that has a potential of earning $110 billion, as stated in the statistics that has been distributed to us. And besides, we all know the crisis in the construction industry, particularly with respect to the scarcity and the prohibitive cost of cement and its byproducts.
Bitumen is critical not only to the road network, but to the economic growth of Nigeria. Mr. President, I want to also say that there's need to diversify this economy. And the argument that we are establishing too many commissions may not be considered critical.
Meanwhile, other lawmakers took turns to kick against the establishment of the Bitumen Development Commission of Nigeria.
Conscious of increasing overhead costs and creating more and more commission at a time when we have this much talked about Orosaye report, which already suggests that Nigeria federal government has too many commissions carrying out overlapping responsibilities. I hold the view with respect, sir, but it is not the absence of law that stopped Nigeria from exploiting bitumen and other solid mineral resources. It has to do with the will of the executive and the commitment of government to exploit all resources, whether liquid or solid. My worry is that
bitumen is nothing but heavy oil. Therefore, I do not think that it is outside the remit of the Petroleum Act for us to create another institution just because of bitumen. It's nothing but heavy oil. It's part of petroleum, which means that all we need to do is to recognize it within our laws and then exploit it in the manner that exploitation is done of all our petroleum resources.
After the bill scaled through second reading, President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, referred the bill to the Senate Committee on Solid Minerals to revert in 2 weeks in plenary for further legislative inputs.
Having read this bill for the second time, it is now referred to the Committee on Solid Minerals to report back to this Senate in 2 weeks.
If the proposed legislation passes in both the Senate and the House of Representatives with attendant establishment of the Bitumen Development Commission after presidential assent, it would be the first law on exploration, development, and possibly exportation on bitumen in Nigeria. Mercy Adams reporting for BTV News.